Welcome race fans to another 7X Media presentation of the Apico BSMA Nationals. We head to Brookthorpe in Gloucestershire for round 2 of this thrilling championship. And with the UK firmly in the grip of a heatwave, the racing promises to be even hotter. And with everybody on a high from round 1, it should prove to give some explosive racing. So sit back race fans and enjoy the highlights from round 1 of the Apico BSMA Nationals.
You're watching the BSMA Nationals on 7X Media.
So we're down on the line for our first race of the day, the big wheel 85cc class there, the number 4 machine Matt Tolley. Also be looking for number 5 Billy Duke there, one of our fancied runners there, 81 Tristan Williams there as well, number 30 Ethan Sills took the overall at the previous round, so 277 there. This field really is stacked with a lot of talented riders. 22 Jack Taylor as well, another rider we should be expecting to see up there. 54 Alfred Rickwood, if I didn't mention him, he should be down in there as well. 15-second board is raised any moment now. We'll be going to 5 and away they go. Gate drops, blast off, down towards the first turn they go. The big wheel 85cc race. The first of our race highlights that we're showing here from the Apico BSMA Nationals, round 2 at Brookthorpe. Well, it looked like Ethan Sills, number 30, who took the whole shot, but diving through on the inside on the second turn, the number 5 machine of Billy Duke. Billy Duke putting some really fast laps at Landrake, but just losing out on the overalls to Ethan Sills, the number 30 machine. You can see Ethan Sills getting some big air over that big double jump there as our pack comes screaming through our camera position. Well, 7X Media were at Apex Motocross practice track earlier in the week, and number 30 Ethan Sills was putting in some very hot laps on the Wednesday at the practice track in preparation for this weekend's meeting. And was looking in fine form. In fact, even have a couple of dicing moments with the Christian Watley pro rider. So as our race leaders join us, it's number 5 Billy Duke, a huge leap there from Billy and Ethan Sills, a number 30 machine. Tristan Williams also up there. Alfie Rickwood also getting a good start this time. Number 8 Jake Randall and Charlie Palmer 128 up there as well. But it is Billy Duke leading Ethan Sills, but Ethan Sills looks like he's going to try and make a move around the outside. Billy Duke getting some good drive out of that corner into the roller section, but look at Ethan Sills carrying that momentum through the rollers and takes the inside line away from Billy Duke. Down towards race control they go. It looks like it's going to be Ethan Sills, your new race leader. So number 5 Billy Duke now dropping down into second position. Well, back onto the start straight area they go. Now, number 5 Billy Duke have an answer for Ethan Sills. Looks like Billy Duke tried to make him move down on the inside once again, but they just dropped out of our sight. So Billy Duke really taking the fight back to Ethan Sills. Just behind the interview they come. That's Alfie Rickwood. This is the battle for second and third starting to rage at the moment. Those two riders battling an edge. So not going to miss Alfie Rickwood in that very spotty Troy Lee design clothing. Back to the front of the field. 30 Ethan Sills, Billy Duke in second position, still trying to get back on taking minute. The rest of our field coming through. Great start for these young riders. That's a triple jump, only a few of the adult riders doing that triple. Obviously the riders going down there looking very stylish as they go through that double and then a single out. And Ethan Sills through that roller section, almost BMX mandolin style through there, down towards race control. Well, this is race 4 on the weekend. Obviously they've had a couple of other races, so I'll give you a brief rundown of how they fared throughout the weekend. In race 1 on the Saturday, it was number 30 Ethan Sills taking the win from number 5 Billy Duke. 54 Alfred Rickwood was 3rd, Tristan Williams number 81 4th, and 45 Connor Jargo in 5th. In race 2 also on the Saturday, again number 30 Ethan Sills taking the win from Billy Duke. 81 though, Tristan Williams was 3rd this time, Alfred Rickwood in 4th, but Jack Taylor number 22 taking 5th. On the Sunday, it was race 3, and it was number 30 Ethan Sills taking the win. Jack Taylor this time had 2nd on the number 22 machine, Tristan Williams taking 3rd. Billy Duke took 4th, and Connor Jargo number 45 took 5th position. So that brings you up to speed now as we rejoin the race action, as again we watch Ethan Sills, number 30, very stylish through that roller section. But look at number 5, Billy Duke. He'd dropped off the pace slightly, but he's certainly getting a second wind at the moment, and he's closed back down onto the rear wheel of Ethan Sills. So the race, as we come towards the closing stage, is certainly hotting up. Down onto the start straight area they go again. And there you go, the fastest lap, Billy Duke at 2:29.509. So Billy Duke, your fastest rider, and you can see Billy just having a look through on the inside, but Ethan Sills, number 30, getting the better drive on the outside line. He was quite a deep ruts on the inside of that turn. Also on that landing section off that double as well. A lot of water had been put down by the track crew, obviously to keep the dust at bay. Obviously the UK in the grips of a heat wave at the moment, which makes a stark contrast to the opening rounds. As that race leader, number 30, Ethan Sills, over that double, heading down towards the finish area. That's a back marker that Billy Duke's just got round. Both of these riders very stylish, but Ethan Sills hanging off the back of the machine as he goes to that roller section. Well, heading down towards the checkers, it's going to be a win for the number 30 machine, Ethan Sills. Billy Duke will take second, Tristan Williams taking third, Alfie Rickwood will take fourth, Jack Taylor in fifth. The overalls go to Ethan Sills, Billy Duke second overall, Tristan Williams in third. Let's have a quick word with our winners.
It was different, it was hard, and the track was rough. Keeping up with Billy and that, I don't know. Yeah, Tim's done a good job prepping the track. I've had a good weekend so far. Okay at the gates, and I just worked my way through and being consistent all the way, so.
So next up it's going to be the small wheel 85cc, and our cameraman right down on the gate next to the number 11 machine of Levi Davis. Gate drops and away they go, blasting up towards the first turn. Who's going to be the one who takes the early lead? Powering into that first turn. And then they drop down. It's quite a little tricky off-camber first turn. Oh, looks like they're safely through. But who's going to be our early race leader? And it's going to be 144, Dylan Williams. So Dylan Williams, 144, your early race leader, leading the charge. Up over the first single and into this huge double. I think most of these guys just coming up a little bit short on this one, latching into that rutted section, and then they'll disappear into the woods out of our camera. Well, Dylan Williams, the rider who's leading the charge. We look for riders like Ben Zeal, Jake Randall on the number 8 machine right up there as well. Lewis Roden, Ellis Paul, and of course 163, Ben Mustoe. Ben Mustoe having some cracking rides this weekend. Also Rowan Delaney and Jacob Harley up there as well, Ollie Howell. So we've got a new leader already, 163, Ben Mustoe leading the charge over the far side of the circuit. So 163, Ben Mustoe, taking no time in finding his way to the front of the field. So down towards the big triple they go. Double and a single there for your race leader, 163, Ben Mustoe. Jake Randall on the number 8 machine, not far behind him, 116, Ellis Poole. Dylan Williams, who was your early race leader, now down into about 4th position. 78, Rowan Delaney there as well. 31, Ben Zeal. 69, Lewis Roden. That's your leaderboard now as they go through at the close of the first lap. It is the 163 machine of Ben Mustoe leading that charge. So high over the tabletop, 163, Ben Mustoe. But we're watching that battle in second position. Looks like number 8, Jake Randall and Ellis Poole starting to have a little battle royal between each other. And just disappear on the side of our camera. You can just see him dropping down into that turn there behind Ben Mustoe. So hopefully our cameras guy will get a Dale. We'll get a fix on him shortly. There's Ben Mustoe heading towards us. Ben Mustoe not far off clearing that big double. He's a very intimidating one. Fastest lap as well for Ben Mustoe at 2:35.674. So there's that battle that I was just telling you about. Ellis Poole and Jake Randall. Well, as our riders just come through here, you can see the circuit absolutely perfect condition here this weekend. So the UK gripped in the middle of a heat wave at the moment. The track organisers putting a lot of water down prior to the meeting. Obviously the Saturday's race was curtailed to 2 blocks. Started to dry out quite rapidly, but a lot of water and a lot of work was done during the night. And track in prime condition for Sunday's racing. And we rejoin Ben Mustoe over that triple, doubling and a single through that one. Now here's the battle we want to watch at the moment, because that's the number 8 machine, Jake Randall, But Ellis Pool 116 right behind him, putting the pressure on. Going into this wave section now. And you can see Ellis Pool trying to make that move, get that drive through the wave section, down towards race control to go. Nothing much between these two. You can see them hitting the air both together. Can Ellis Pool get a move around the outside? Looks like Ellis Pool moving up into second position ahead of Jake Randall, number 8. And already Ellis Pool starting to check out slightly from the number 8 machine of Jake Randall. And you can just see that's the distance between themselves and the leader at 163, Ben Mustoe. Ben Mustoe, it must be noted, on the Kawasaki machine, a bit of a rare sight these days in a class that was dominated by Kawasaki a few years ago. This class, the small wheel two-stroke class, is now really dominated by KTM and Husqvarna machines. Well, as the race before with the big wheels, this is just highlights. Let's have a check up on the results for the rest of the weekend for these guys. In race 1 on the Saturday, it was a win for the guy currently leading at the moment, 163, Ben Mustoe. Second, number 81, Tyler Smith, who we haven't seen much of in this race at the moment. Third was Ellis Pool, 116, currently sitting in second in this one. Jake Randall took 4th, and Lewis Roden, number 69, didn't get such a good start in this one, had 5th. In race 2, again, Ben Mustoe, stamping his authority on this class this weekend, took the win. Ellis Pool took 2nd, the guy who we're currently looking at now, also in 2nd in this race. Jake Randall took 3rd, Ben Zeal took 4th, and Jacob Harley on the number 10 machine took 5th. In race 3, which was Sunday morning, it was Ellis Pool taking the win from Ben Zeal in 2nd. Ben Mustoe didn't fare so well that time, having to settle for 3rd. Jake Randall coming home in 4th, and Rowan Delaney in 5th position. Well, great shot there of Ben Mustoe, 163, leaping through the air, heading up towards the double jump, just working his way through a few back markers now. Very comfortable lead over the 116 machine of Ellis Pool. Just working his way over to the wooded section, and just waiting to see there. That's Ellis Pool just going through there, so you can see the gap now between Ben Mustoe and Ellis Pool. So this is coming to the closing stage of this race really now, so Ben Mustoe safely wrapped up in the bag and looking good for the overalls this weekend, putting in a fine performance. So over the double he comes, Ben Mustoe, 163, your race leader. Well, the race results as they stand at the moment, it is going to be a win for Ben Mustoe. Ellis Pool will take 2nd, Lewis Roden will take 3rd, Jake Randall will take 4th, and Ben Zeal will round out the top 5. The overall results for the weekend, though, that was a win for 163, Ben Mustoe, Ellis Pool taking 2nd, Jake Randall taking 3rd, Ben Zeal taking 4th, and Lewis Roden taking 5th overall. Let's have a quick word with our winners.
I had a good weekend. I quite liked the track. My Kawasaki 85 was going well, and I had my trainer Lee Dunham helping me out as well.
Well, good little chat there with Ben Mustoe. Interesting to note that he's connected with Lee Dunham, himself a multiple European IMBA champion and AMCA Motocross champion. But with hardly a moment to catch our breath, we are underway with our next class, and this is going to be the 65cc youth, or the juniors as it's now called, and the early leader, number 14, Freddie Gardiner, leading the pack. And Freddie was the very dominant rider in the autos if you saw us last year. Already leading the pack, a very impressive young rider, son of Matt Gardiner, former top rider himself. Well, the juniors already, you could call some of these guys seasoned veterans. They would have probably had 2 years racing nationals in the auto class. Freddie Gardiner, your race leader at the moment. Also look for number 24, Jerry Benfield, Harlow Green, Ollie Bob, Jamie Kieran, Gus Mustoe, Joby Caddick, Hayden Yend out there. Really good quality of young riders. And look at Freddie Gardiner. He is definitely going to be a young man to watch in the future. I remember watching, I think it was Warmingham Lane last year on his auto, and he was clearing a tabletop that some of the adults were having a little trouble with. So Freddie Gardiner is certainly going to be a rider to watch in the future. But he hasn't got it his own way at the moment though, because that's 24, Joey Benfield breathing down his neck as they go through race control. Nothing much between those two riders over the big tabletop. It is Freddie Gardiner onto the start straight area. But as you say, 24, Joey Benfield very, very close behind him. So Freddie certainly cannot afford to make the slightest mistake, because Joey is certainly within striking distance. Well, Freddie Gardiner took the overall honours at the opening round in Landrake, but how's he faring for this weekend? Let's have a little recap on this weekend's results as Freddie just goes through our commentary position. Still being chased by that number 24 machine, Joey Benfield. Joey Benfield just a little bit of a bobble there, hard on the gas on that rut. In race 1 on a Saturday was Freddie Gardiner your race winner from Joey Benfield, who's currently sitting second in behind Freddie in this one. Gus Mustoe finished third, Harlow Green took fourth, and Ollie Bubb took fifth position. In race 2 it was almost a photocopy, Freddie Gardiner taking the win again, Joey Benfield taking second, Gus Mustoe in third, Harlow Green in fourth, and Ollie Bubb in fifth position. In race 3, which is Sunday morning, Freddie Gardiner taking the win, Ollie Bubb this time getting a good second place, Joey Benfield having to settle for third, Harlow Green in fourth, and Jamie Cohen in fifth position. Well, our race leaderboard not changing much at all at the moment. Still Freddie Gardiner your race leader from 24, Joey Benfield in second position. Behind him it's going to be number 10 Harlow Green, 44 Ollie Bubb behind him, Jamie Cohen the next rider going through, then 163 Gus Mustoe, 222 Joby Caddick out there, and then 46 Hayden Jens, Shane Jones number 18, then number 100 Ashton Bubb, 167 Jack Evans, and then 249 Lolo Evans. Well, Freddie Gardiner just over the far side of the circuit, just coming towards the closing stage of this race really now, so just a few more corners really for Freddie. He just goes up over that little step up jump, then we're looking for the number 24 machine Joey Benfield to go through, and another great leap there from Freddie, and that's a very little tricky little section there going in there, just as he drops down into that bit. Some kind of camera doesn't really show how tricky those ruts are. Got a couple of little kickers in them as well. But let's have a look over the overalls for the weekend. The results for this one: Freddie Gardiner taking the win, Joey Benfield taking second, Harlow Green taking third, Ollie Bubb taking fourth, Jamie Cohen taking fifth. The overalls for the weekend: 14 Freddie Gardiner taking the win, 24 Joey Benfield taking second, Harlow Green taking third, Ollie Bubb taking fourth, and Gus Mustoe taking fifth. Let's go and have a quick word with our winners.
In the first race yesterday, I had a first, and well, yesterday it was a bit dry, and well, I knew from practice that it was going to be a bit dry, but then today was loads better when it was wet in practice, and I knew it was going to be awesome today.
So next up it's going to be the autos here at the Apico BSMA Nationals, the youngest class of riders, and always a pleasure to watch these, because this is the real cutting ground for a lot of future champions here. And I said the riders really have a massive amount of respect for the riders in the autos, because there's some seriously deep ruts out on these tracks at the Nationals, the bumps and and these riders contend with it all. Sometimes they do run a shortened course, they just cut a little section out, but I mean a lot of the track it's exactly the same as some of the bigger kids and the adults are riding, and these are just on small 50cc automatic machines. And it's always good to watch some of these riders, always developing their own little styles. And the one rider to watch actually at the moment, the number 55 machine, the guy out front, great little stance on his machine, really attacking the track. Look at that aggressive style, really good looking rider. So your leaderboard at the moment: Lee Simkiss, Logan Gardiner second, Jensen 7, Ollie Waters, Ollie Truman out there at the minute, as we get a great shot of Lee Simkiss coming over the triple. So Lee Simkiss into the rollers now. Just watch the style of Jensen 7 on the number 7 machine there. Really is attacking that roller section. Great style there. Jensen 7 currently sitting there in second position. Down towards race control they go. You complete another lap. Your race leader, Lee Simkiss. Behind Lee Simkiss we have the number 7 machine, Jensen 7, and that looks like 153 there. Logan Gardiner going through, and he's just getting a bit of encouragement from his father there as he goes in back onto the start straight area, standing up all the way through that section. Great little style, as I said earlier. There's Jensen 7 just going through, Logan Gardiner. So those two riders not too far behind, so Lee Simkiss certainly can't afford to make any mistakes. So carrying a lot of speed into that, and there you go, fastest lap for Lee Simkiss, a 2:05.135. So great ride in there from the young rider. And don't forget, if you're watching this racing yourself and you fancy to go get in touch with the BSMA, not only do they run the national series, but there's lots of club meetings up and around the country. Cater for all ages, right from this young class that we see now with the autos, up into adults and the veteran riders. We'll see some of the veteran riders competing later. So our leaders through our camera position once again. Lee Simkiss, your race leader. Jensen 7 in second position. Logan Gardiner in third. A bit further back behind them, the 55 machine. You probably just saw it on one of the shots, just sort of disappeared into the woods. Ollie Waters. Ollie Truman on the number 2 machine. Also look out there for Bobby Ray Smith, Matthew Morgan, George Pitts, Luther Thatchell. Just coming through further down the field there. Back over the tables. You can just see his dad just signalling he's got a big lead now. Lee Simkiss back onto the start straight area, getting to the closing stages. Just showing a few brief highlights of this auto race, race 4 of the weekend of racing. Of course, these guys had a couple of races on Saturday as well. In race 1, it was Lee Simkiss taking the win from Logan Gardiner. Jensen 7 settled for third in that one. Ollie Truman in fourth. Ollie Waters in fourth. And the second race that they had on Saturday, again another win for Lee Simkiss. Logan Gardiner in second. Jensen 7 in third. It was then Ollie Waters coming through in fourth and Matthew Morgan in fifth position. In race 3, the one prior to this, it was Lee Simkiss again taking the win, so certainly stamping his authority on this class this weekend. Logan Gardiner in second, Jensen 7 in third, Bobby Ray Smith in fourth position, and rounding out the top 5 was Ollie Waters, as Lee Simkiss just again powers his way through our camera position, and you can see the closing stages now. He's got a very good commanding lead over this class now, as we now look for it. Jensen 7 still coming through there. Logan Gardiner in third. So Lee Simkiss over the triple for the final time, heading down towards the finish area. It was Logan Gardiner who managed to get into second at the checkers. Jensen 7 dropping down into third. Ollie Waters in fourth. And then rounding out the top 5 is going to be Ollie Truman. So just have a look at there's the board to confirm Lee Simkiss taking the win, as he just crosses the checkered flag there. And the overalls, it's Lee Simkiss taking first overall, Logan Gardiner in second overall. Let's have a quick word with our winners on the podium.
Quite good. The track was a bit rough, but it was quite, but that's how I like it.
Well done. And looking forward to the next round of Roxton?
Yeah.
Excellent, well done mate. So back down on the start gate area again, the 73 machine, Jack Wankling down there, 118 as well. This is going to be the seniors, that's Jaden Murphy 118, as we just park our camera right next to the number 3 machine. Very shortly it'll be the gate drops and away we go. Spin to 5 seconds, blast off towards the first turn we go. Let's see who we get to the all important hole shot there. Well, it looked like number 73, Jack Wankling, just sneaking through on the inside of that Kawasaki machine as they power their way out to the side, out of the second turn. Looked like Josh Greedy there, number 33 in third position. It is Jack Wankling over to the big double. You see these big guys, no problem at all. I just can't read the number on that Kawasaki machine, but that's Josh Greedy going through into second position. Jaden Murphy 118 as well in about fifth position there. Good start from him. But Jack Wankling, Josh Greedy, the rest of the pack screaming down, and off into the woods they go. So all the riders safely through into the wood section as we rejoin our race leader. It's the 73 machine of Jack Wankling, 33 Josh Greedy there in second position. Not too sure that was in third there. It was Brandon Baker, number 87 on that Kawasaki machine that I couldn't make out earlier. Jaden Murphy up there as well, number 3 Ryan Mundell. But Jack Wankling, huge leap over the triple. Josh Greedy there in second place through the wave section. Nice little style as he goes through there, down towards race control. Josh Greedy, number 33. Josh Greedy in race 1 and 2 had a couple of mishaps. Struggled with all. One rider just going down on the downside of that jump there. Too sure who that was. A Yamaha mounted machine. Well, that rider that went down, that should be number 118, Jaden Murphy. And it looked like he just lost his feet off the pegs as he came out the wave section. And obviously started to lose control on the face of that jump. Started to wash out. And he's gone down on the downside. Hopefully nothing too serious. Obviously you couldn't see the aftermath of the crash. As Jack Wankling over the big double jump for the second time. Josh Greedy there in second position. Those two starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Brandon Baker, number 87, just going through there on that Kawasaki machine. Ryan Mundell as well. Also, I think just having a look at that the ambulance crew on the move there. So hopefully, oh well, there's Jaden Murphy back on his feet. You just see him in the crowd there as Jack Wankling and Josh Greedy come through our camera position. So your leaderboard now as they come through our camera position. Jack Wankling 73, your race leader. Josh Greedy 33 in second. Third position is 249 Tommy Davis on that KTM 87 Brandon Baker. Jaden Murphy obviously went missing on the first lap on the downside of that jump, so that moved Ryan Mundell, number 3, up into fifth position. As our race leaders down towards race control now. 73 Jack Wankling still being chased by the 33 machine of Josh Greedy. Well, there you go, the fastest lap. He's number 33, Josh Greedy. So Josh Greedy definitely on the charge now, just posted a 2:19.999. So Jack Wankling can't afford to relax, and you can see that gap closing up now as they come up towards the large double jumps. Jack Wankling, your race leader, 73, Josh Greedy. Nice little style there as he comes over there. Big double jump. The camera angle doesn't give justice just how big that jump is there actually. Obviously they're jumping towards us, over into the woods again. Oh, the first aid on the move again, hopefully nothing too serious. But there you go, that gap really has closed down. And obviously Josh Greedy taking the overalls at the opening round at Landrake. But it's been Jack Wankling, number 73, the rider you're watching now, who's been the most consistent this weekend. But they'll give you a run-up of the results from the weekend. In race 1 on the Saturday, it was 118 Jaden Murphy, the rider that we saw go down on the downside of that jump, who took the win. Josh Greedy was second, Jack Wankling in third, Joseph Davis in fourth position, and Tommy Davis 249 was in fifth. In race 2 on the Saturday, again it was Jaden Murphy taking the win, so that little crash there in that DNF's really going to hurt his chances of a good overall podium position. Jack Wankling was second, Owen Woodhouse in third, Joseph Davis in fourth position, and Josh Greedy managed fifth in race 2. In race 3, the one prior to this one, it was Jack Wankling taking the win from Josh Greedy in second position. Jaden Murphy had to settle for third in race 3, Joseph Davis in fourth, Tommy Davis in fifth. But the battle is on at the moment now though. 33 Josh Greedy, looks like he's made the move into the wooded section as they come back into our camera position. Your new race leader, only just doing the double that time, didn't get the drive out, but he is a new race leader. 33 Josh Greedy. Jack Wankling down into second position. Well, he's been consistently putting in the fast laps all weekend, finally putting it together in this one. Down towards race control they go. So your winner 33 Josh Greedy, Jack Wankling 73 second, 249 Tommy Davis in third. But the overalls for the weekend, 73 Jack Wankling taking top spot, Josh Greedy taking second, Joseph Davis taking third. Let's have a quick word with our winners.
Good weekend, taking first overall. Track was technical in places but quite hard, so good overall weekend to be fair.
So, with hardly a moment to catch our breath, the 15-second board is raised. Any moment now we'll be turning to 5 and we'll be blasting off with the 125cc seniors. And away they go, screaming up the hill. This class becoming very, very popular after the big four Japanese pretty much phased out the two-strokes. Well, KTM and Husqvarna and TM and Yamaha still kept the flame burning for all two riders down there. Hopefully nothing too serious. One's back on his feet. But as I say, the 125 and the 250 two-stroke classes, they seem to be really coming back as a popular choice of machine with the riders, and especially in the youth class, the 125. It's a good, you can see the fast and furious racing. Good class to cut your teeth in. So your early leader is though 211 Callum Beeken, leading the charge over into the wooded section. But as they come back into view now, it looks like we have a new leader, the number 90 machine, Dominic Lancett. Callum Beeken down into second position there as they come screaming through our camera position. Those two are already starting to pull away from the rest of the field. So the rest of the field come through. We'll give you a proper rundown as we get the results coming through. They're a huge leap there from the number 90 machine of Dominic Lancett on that 125. Very impressive over that triple jump. Just doing the double alone it throws you up some height. It throws some height over to Dominic Lancett. A massive leap there. Down towards race control though. Your race leader Dominic Lancett, number 90. Callum Beeken 211 there in second as they complete the first lap. We'll also be keeping our eye out for the number 69 machine, Ryan Tanner. We'll also be expecting him to get a bit further up the leaderboard. Can't see him at the moment. Also 941 James Hanscom. Also had some good results this weekend. Zach Cooper as well, Thomas Casbeard, Luke Woolgrove as well, number 24. As the field just comes screaming through race control, you can see that 125 is a big popular class with the fans. Fast and furious action all the way down the field as our race leader Dominic Lancett over the big double. Callum Beeken 211 still trying to keep with him at the moment. Over into the wooded section they go. Well, there is the number 24 machine on the move there, Luke Woolgrove. Also Hanscom as well, not far behind him, 2 positions behind him as our race leaders come through. That's a huge leap there again from Dominic Lancett. You can just see him just throwing that machine around. Callum Beeken trying desperately to keep him in sight. Great start through that roller section as well. Down towards race control, end of the second lap they'll go. Well, obviously this is the 4th race for them this weekend, so I'll bring you up to speed on how they've done over the weekend. In race 1 on the Saturday was the number 90 machine, Dominic Lancett, taking the win. Ryan Tanner 69 was second. Callum Beeken, the one who's sitting second currently in this one, was third. James Hanscom was 4th, and Thomas Casbeard in 5th position. They then had race 2 on the Saturday. Again, it was another win for Dominic Lancett. Ryan Tanner in second. Callum Beeken in 3rd position. Sorry, there, get my words mixed up. The only change was that it was Thomas Casbeard making it into 4th and James Hanscom in 5th in that one. In race 3 on the Sunday morning, it was Dominic Lancett again taking the win. Ryan Tanner in 2nd, Callum Beeken in 3rd, Thomas Casbeard 333 in 4th. Harry Barker this time, number 84, moving up into 5th position. Another huge leap there from Dominic Lancett. Down towards race control he'll be going, manualing through those whoops. As you can see, having the fastest lap there as well with a 2:21.061, and taking the overall in this race from Ryan Tanner. Let's have a look over the overalls for the weekend. It was Dominic Lancett taking 1st overall, Ryan Tanner taking 2nd, Callum Beeken taking 3rd overall. Let's go and have a word with our winner.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed consistent. It was alright. The track was alright. Got a bit rough, but stayed alright.
So next up it's going to be the Vets and Novice, riding 4 separate awards. Very fast starting number 4 Jamie Smith round the outside, making a guest appearance this weekend. Don't know if he's got the whole shot. Let's have a look when they come out that second turn. It is Jamie Smith, but it looks like a move being made on the inside. 819 Lee Spur moving into 1st place. A huge leap there by number 800 Andy Marchant, just going through. Christian Selden also up there as well. And they've done a number 701 machine, 452 as well. Simon Bracey, 544 John Gauntlet. Also look like 716 Chris Peter getting a good start. So they come back into view. It's a new leader, number 800, Andy Marchant. Lee Spur down into second place, and Andy Marchant already starting to check out a bit from the field as they come streaming through our camera position. This Vets class has a huge depth of talent. A lot of these riders, former AMCA Championship runners, ACU Max's Championship runners as well, and the Marchant, your current race leader, he's done a couple of the ACU British Championships. Also John Gauntlet, as well as doing AMCA meetings, he's had his crack at Supermoto, so a huge depth of varied talent out there at the moment. But it is number 800, Andy Marchant, leading the field over the big tabletop onto the start straight area. Still look like Lee Spur there in second position. Wait for them all to come into view properly, but no doubt about it, Andy Marchant leading the field. So as Andy Marchant works his way towards us, up towards the big double, over that big single first. The battle we're starting to watch now. Second place, Lee Spur is becoming under a lot of pressure now from the 701 machine, Christian Selden. So, well, there you go. What's the pattern mark? I think just got that is Christian Selden and Lee Spur just going through. At the bottom of our camera position. There's Andy Marchant. That's the gap there, but you can see that battle starting to rage there. And Chris Peaty, John Gauntlet just going through as well there. Simon Bracey. Those riders just a little bit further back. As our race leader, Andy Marchant, up over that little step-up jump, then heading towards the triple. But let's have a look at this battle. Still raging. Lee Spur still holding on to second place at the moment, keeping Christian Selden at bay. Andy Marchant bottoming that suspension as he comes down over that triple there, leading the pack. And you just see that battle still raging between Lee Spur and Christian Selden. Look like Christian Selden trying to make a move round the outside. Well, I say this is race 4 again for these guys. So obviously let's bring you up to speed. In race 1 on Saturday morning, it was Andy Marchant taking the win from Christian Selden in second, Lee Spur in third, John Gauntlet in fourth, Chris Peaty in fifth position. In the second race on Saturday, it was Andy Marchant taking the win from Christian Selden, Lee Spur again in third. The only change this time, Chris Peaty took fourth and John Gauntlet taking fifth. In race 3, again, it was Andy Marchant taking the win from Christian Selden. In third position was Chris Peaty, Lee Spur took fourth and Ross Parry took fifth in race 3. We've also got our novice riders out there. We've got Phil Evans, Jack Partridge, Scott Mayhew, Harry Vaux, Craig Scott out there, Jack Ford, Eddie Deegan, Craig Quincy. Those guys, and literally as we're talking there, Andy Marchant making a bit of a mistake. Well, he's got enough of a lead at the moment. Lee Spur and Christian Selden not close enough to capitalise on that, but he's back underway. We are coming towards the closing stages of this race now, so I'll give you the overalls for this race and the overalls for the weekend. In the vets, it was Andy Marchant, Christian Selden, Lee Spur. In the novices, Jack Ford, Phil Evans and Harry Vaux. Overalls for the weekend, Andy Marchant taking first overall from Christian Selden and Lee Spur in third overall. Novices were Phil Evans and Jack Partridge.
Very good, very dry, but very hot as well, so big hats off to the organisers to keep in the best conditions that they could, for us to try and race as hard as we could. So it's been a great weekend, and hopefully roll it to next weekend at Roxton, so happy days.
Yeah, it was good. Track was rough, but it rode well. Just looking forward to the next round now at Roxton.
So we are down on the line for our final race, the MX1 MX2 combined, blasting off up towards the first turn. Very fast pace in this race. Let's see who's going to get the whole shot here. It looks like it's going to be the number 17 machine, Tyron Cleaver. Also going to be looking for good riders up there like Adam Harris, Sean Talbot, Jack Timms, Troy Willerton. Now they are riding for separate awards in this one. Well, there you go, Tyron Cleaver, number 17, your race leader. That looks like 279. Adam Harris on the two-stroke Suzuki right next to him. Sean Talbot, 39 in third. Jack Timms there in fourth position. Troy Willerton as well, number 74, getting a good start. Over into the wooded section they go. final race of the programme now as well, so you can just see a bit of dust starting to kick up. But the track crew have done a fantastic job of keeping the circuit prepped all weekend. I mean, if that's the worst of the amount of dust that we can have, really, considering that we are in the middle of a heat wave in the UK, a very pleasant heat wave. But back with our race leader, 17 Tyron Cleaver, Adam Harris there in second position. Tyron Cleaver, Jack Timms up into fourth position. It's Troy Willerton just going through there in fifth position there. The rest of the field comes streaming through. We're going to be seeing some huge leaps over that triple. All the leaders going for it. 17 Tyron Cleaver, Adam Harris, Sean Talbot there. Jack Timms in fourth position. Jack Timms, first weekend he's been riding on that 250 machine. He used to ride a 450 Honda, making the switch to KTM literally this weekend. Doing very well indeed. Getting to grips with the machine. Back onto the start straight area they go. The number 17 machine, Tyron Cleaver, Adam Harris 279, snapping at his heels on that two-stroke machine. Talbot there in third. Jack Timms in fourth. The rest of the field stretching out behind them. Back towards us. Adam Harris looks very, very fast down that far side. Tyron Cleaver just controlling it into this little section. Quite tight rutted area now. You can see very one line all going on that tight inside that line there. So Tyron Cleaver leading Adam Harris, Sean Talbot, all in one rider just going down in front of us. I think that's the number 26 machine, Harry Linton. Well, he's safely back underway and off he goes. So the rest of the field goes streaming through into the woodland section. We'll be waiting for our race leader to come back into view. Are we going to have any changes? I think we've got a change in second place. Well, it's Tyron Cleaver still your race leader. It looks like Jack Timms, number 28, has made the move up into second. And already Jack Timms is trying to put the pressure on Tyron Cleaver. Oh, just trying to go around the outside. A little bit of argy-bargy there as they go into the wave section. Tyron Cleaver from Jack Timms. Jack Timms trying to find some drive down the outside as they go down towards race control. It's Tyron Cleaver from Jack Timms. Sean Talbot now moving into third position ahead of Adam Harris, now down into fourth position. Nothing much between those four riders as onto the start straight area they go. Tyron Cleaver, Jack Timms, Sean Talbot, Adam Harris there. Those four riders really pulling away from the rest of the field, having a fast and furious race there at the front of the field. But look at Jack Timms as he found some drive as he goes over the big double, and Jack Timms, number 28, into the lead now ahead of Tyron Cleaver. My word, this really is some fast and furious racing here at the front of the field. 28 Jack Timms, Tyron Cleaver in second, Sean Talbot in third. There's hardly a moment to catch our breath there. Adam Harris there in fourth position. Well, in the races on Saturday, I can tell you Adam Harris took the winner in race 1 from Jack Timms, Sean Talbot, Lee Truman, then Kieran York in 5th position. In race 2, it was Sean Talbot, Adam Harris, Jack Timms was in 3rd, Lee Truman, and then Ewan Harris in 5th. So all these riders capable of winning these races. So this could really go down to the wire as we see Jack Timms now being pressurised by Sean Talbot. Over the big tabletop, onto the start straight area. Jack Timms, your race leader. Just noted that Tyron Cleaver now dropped down into 4th place behind 279, Adam Harris as well. So earlier race leader dropping down the leaderboard a bit. Well, going back to our previous results in race 3, the one prior to this, it was Jack Timms taking the win from Tyron Cleaver in 2nd, Adam Harris in 3rd. Troy Willerton had 4th, Sean Talbot, number 39, rounding out the top 5 there. But back with our race leader, Jack Timms, up over that step-up jump. Look, still got Sean Talbot there in 2nd place. Look at that massive air those two riders are getting. Sean Talbot looking to make a move around the outside. Jack Timms just holding a better line through that wave section, but Sean Talbot really putting the pressure on Jack Timms down towards race control. Nothing much between them. The rider just parked up on top of that jump there, but it was just mechanical problems. Yellow flags out, but riders safely past them. Another back marker just in front of Jack as well. They are coming towards the closing stages, so the back markers can come into play here. You can see people running across the field cheering them on. Jack Timms, your race leader. Sean Talbot in second position. Those two have now pulled away slightly from Adam Harris and Tyron Cleaver. As up over the long back straight. 28 Jack Timms, Tyron, Sean Talbot. Into the wooded area they'll go. So would be expected. Look at Sean Talbot. He is right onto the rear wheel of Jack Timms now. This is going to go right to the wire at the finish of this one. And over that big triple. Sean Talbot didn't get the drive and clear that triple that time. Jack Timms just getting a little bit of a breather space. A back marker in front of him. Down towards the checkers they go. So taking the winning race for Jack Timms from Sean Talbot. Adam Harris in third. Tyron Cleaver in fourth. The overalls for the weekend in MX1. Adam Harris taking first overall from Troy Willington. Jack Timms takes first overall from Sean Talbot. Let's have a word with our winners.
Track was good, really. It was a bit dry, but with this heat, any track's going to be like that. So yeah, just glad to come away first overall and look forward to next weekend in Roxton.
Hold on guys, let's just get a shot of you.
Good weekend, and first time I've been on the 250 for a long time, but enjoyed it. Track was good, local track, dry as well, but can't be out with the weather, so yeah, overall good weekend.
And tell us about your new fan.
Yeah, she's good as gold, really. I'd say that, she'll start crying now, but yeah, good.
Well done, Jet.